Hey, what's up and welcome back. So it's been a while and a lot of new things have been added, so I'm just going to go through here and show you what my updated hotbars look like for doing redstone. So on the one key, we have our basic solid transparent blocks. I like to color them white just because it looks good, and I got a nice texture pack you'll see on everything that really helps with redstone, and you can find that in the comments and description below. So I've got my redstone, nice 3D smooth stuff. That's the way I like it. We've got torch, a repeater, comparator, observer, and then we've got the new copper bulb and the target block there. So then on the second one, we have all our storage tech stuff. We have our hopper, our dropper, dispenser, the new crafter block, two types of inventories. So we have the double chest, which we'll use mostly for that, or a non-solid inventory. And then we have the solid barrel, as well as shulker boxes, and then over here for fill levels, essentially, we have the composter and the cake, which we can then eat and get different output signal strengths from. Then on the 3 key, we have our mechanical stuff. So we have pistons, slime, honey, redstone blocks, which you use for flying machines and stuff. We've also got our note block, which will serve as like an updater, both for the pistons here as well as the dropper and dispenser. But they make sense here, so we have it here. And then we also have a redstone lamp, which can be used in delays in flying machines and also elsewhere. And then we have like a non-delay, non-solid toggleable thing. And then I just threw this glazed terracotta in here because I honestly think I will be using it in builds to just for the arrow's sake. But it kind of fits in this one because it's a block that stuff won't stick to. And then if we want like a block that prevents motion, we can just go down and use one of these inventories to stop things. So we don't really need like an obsidian or anything here. If we really need it, we can search it too. Then on the 4 key, I have all my cart craft stuff. So we've got our rails, we've got 2 types of carts. The other 2 I don't use enough. So we got the hopper mine cart, which is used all over the place, and then just a normal mine cart, which is used quite often too. Then we have a mud block, and pretty much these last 3 things, the mud block, the cauldron, and the lava bucket, are all used for essentially yeeting items out of carts. So that's why we got them in this row here. Then moving on, we have our 5th one, which is going to be like our water themed one. So we have ice for making item pathways. We have bubble column stuff up and down. We got water buckets, empty water buckets. These mangrove roots, which are a solid block that can hold water, contain it without it spilling everywhere. So we have that there. Then we used to have sea pickles and stuff, but it turns out I think we can pretty much use these amethyst clusters pretty much wherever we could have used sea pickles. So I've gotten rid of the sea pickles. Amethyst clusters can be used for other stuff as well, in like the cartstone stuff, as well as other places just for their hitbox. We've got the cobblestone walls here just because they're a very cheap way of blocking water. And then we've got the scaffolding, which can be used in all sorts of water-based things, as well as the carts as well. So then moving on, we've got our 6 key, which is kind of the power sensors row. So we've got button, a lever, a couple different types of pressure plates. I don't know if I really need the stone pressure plate. Like I think I might take a stone button over a stone pressure plate. I don't really do a lot with things that need the stone pressure plate. And then we've got string, which is used for detecting items. A lot of times it'll be used with the observer, but I just didn't have room to like put it anywhere sooner than this, and I don't use it super often anymore. And we've got the calibrated skulk sensor as well. So we've kind of just got a couple oddball things that I don't use a whole lot, but I might need now and then. And then we've also got some items that are named, so like a filter and a blocker item, so that I can use them in item filters or multi-item filters or whatever else where I need an item that's not going to match with anything else. And I used to have them down here in the 2 spot, but I've found that when I don't swap between them often, so I'm either doing stuff with blockers, in which case I'll like configure a whole bunch of things at one point, or I'll just not be using them. So swapping back and forth between the composter and the cake is actually a little bit more handy. So I kind of move these back. The earlier ones are easier for me to just press on the keyboard. So that's why I kind of prioritize like the more important or frequently used ones on like the lower keys. So that was 6. Now if we move to 7, I've got my colored concrete for color coding things. I have the concrete and the stained glass here, and I'm using the yellow, the green, the magenta, and the blue because I've found that those are good colors that work for like a lot of colorblind things. And if I'm making YouTube videos, it's helpful to have that color palette. I used to do light blue as well, which I personally like, but it tends to get confused with some of these other lighter colors. So I've kind of opted to drop one of them, and that was the one. So, and then we've got ones that are just really hard for me to reach back here, but I'll use occasionally. So we've got a lectern and a book with 15 pages, so I can have signal strengths coming out. We've got the wool to go with the skulk sensors, just an empty item frame. The jukebox, which I've now started using a little bit more. We've got some powdered snow, as well as an armor stand, which can sometimes get used to just trigger pressure plates or clip through blocks, and lets you do some more compact things. Every now and then you need a door just to stretch an extra block with one activation, and then the sand here works with the pistons, I've found, to create some timings. And then the last one here, the 9 key, this is really just stuff I basically never use. Occasionally with water streams, I'll use the anvil here, and these other ones just kind of have unique hitboxes. I don't do much with daylight sensors. I probably never used a lightning rod for redstone, but whatever, it's there. I have played with the drip leaf, so we've got something to place the drip leaf on. Although I think I can technically place that on mud, so I might replace that. Let me just test that out here. Yep, you can put it on mud, so I can probably get rid of this, and we'll just use the mud then, and I could put something else in there. And then we've got our leaf stone stuff, so just some wood and some leaves. And actually, now that you can waterlog leaves, this gives an alternate to the roots. So you have a transparent block that can contain water and prevent it from spilling. The only issue is you can't like place redstone on top of it. So that could cause issues. And in which case, then you're better off probably using something else that maybe doesn't have quite all the functionality. I think you can get those copper conduit blocks or whatever they are. Again, haven't played much lately, but I'm looking to get back into it. So tell me what you think. Leave your setup in the comments below. Explain why you like it, and if you have any recommendations for mine. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.